These 2 cents I share with conviction. They address a common human affliction, loneliness and isolation. And as we're going into the season of the year where days are shorter, nights are longer, we are hibernating through winter, we can't deceive ourselves. Here's what we need to know about isolation. And I'm going to refer back to some studies that were done over 50 years ago. And I'm going to mention the psychologist Bruce K. Alexander. You can study his work too. But when Bruce K. Alexander came on the scene, he was looking at a study that had been done previously with rats who were in isolation, who were given 2 water sources in their cages. So each rat living alone has 2 water sources, one laced with cocaine or heroin, the other one plain. All of the rats living in isolation became addicted. They overdosed on the water that was laced with the drugs. He saw that research and wondered if all the components, all the variables had been put into consideration. He said those rats were living alone. He then reconducted the experiment, which became known as the Rat Park study. And you can look at it yourself. In that study, he put rats in community. Several rats were in a cage. They had toys, they could interact, they could roam freely. And those rats also given 2 sources of water, they all preferred the plain water. Even if they sipped the drug-laced water, none of them did it in excess. They did not overdose. They did not become addicted. You and I, we need to live in such a way that we are in community. We need to regularly, routinely schedule events on our calendar where we're at a place of worship every week. We are attending clubs or classes where people have similar interests. And we're not just attending those things, we are associating with those people. We're getting to know them. They're getting to know us. We cannot deceive ourselves. We cannot tell ourselves, well, I'm an introvert. I'm an intellect. I only need a good book. I'm independent. I don't need other people. That is not true. Our health and our longevity are dependent upon our skills that enable us to converse, connect, and live in community. And those are my 2 cents in these 2 minutes.